North Riverside. Ben, what do you see?
Jackie and Taman, this entire shopping center has been shut down by local police from several suburbs. Here's why. This is a Best Buy store. Looters went in here. You can still see a box for a 55-inch flat screen TV. They busted right through the metal barricade. They went inside. We're told they got away with a lot of merchandise. They did it in a hurry. Police were out here as well. There are also reports of shots fired here near the North Riverside Mall. We do not have an update from police about whether or not anyone was hit by that gunfire, let alone injured. And this Best Buy here in the North Riverside Mall complex is not the only store that was hit. There's a Burlington Coat Factory, there's a Petco, and just across Cermak, there's a Binny's Beverage Depot. It had its front glass doors busted in. People clearly went inside. And let me show you the aftermath. This is all blank paper. I don't know if somebody was running out of here with reams of printer paper and it broke or what, but it's all over the place in this mall. And to show you how quickly people took off, there is not only this printer paper here, but there's also other debris. We found this computer cord, an AC power adapter in the parking lot. Not to make you dizzy, but I want to show you some of the other things that have been left behind in the looters' wake. This looks like a watch display case that's been upended and emptied out and just left right here in the parking lot. Also in this shopping complex is a Kohl's department store. It looks like they penetrated the exterior of that Kohl's. Now what we're seeing here in the suburbs is that police are putting squad cars, in some cases snow plows and public utility vehicles at the entrance to various shopping centers. Drove through Broadview on my way over here, and it's a strip mall that has a grocery store and a couple of fast food joints, not necessarily high value targets, but the concern is so high that there are Broadview police vehicles that are blocking the entrances to those shopping center complexes. I also noticed as you head eastbound on Cermak, just at Harlem, they've got a big public utility truck there blocking the roadway. So there's a lot of concern out here in the suburbs as reports have been coming in all afternoon about roving groups of people who are attempting to loot and do damage and vandalize different shopping centers. Let me run through them for you real quickly. The Oakbrook Shopping Center shut down early today. We were told one window was broken and there was one incidence of retail theft, but it was quickly brought under control. We understand that Oakbrook Police, in cooperation with the shopping center folks, told everyone to go home. The shopping mall, which just barely reopened after COVID-19, shut down for the day. And in Oakbrook, like here, they've also shut down access to the shopping center perimeter. We've also been getting reports of opportunists, I guess you could call them. These are not people who are protesting George Floyd's death. These are not people necessarily who are trying to make a statement about police misconduct. These are folks who were set out on taking the opportunity presented by perhaps they believe the police departments, whether in Chicago or in the suburbs, are in disarray, and they are trying to take advantage of that. I talked with one law enforcement source who described it as groups of 10 to 20 people arriving in cars, different cars, and who are just going around looking to commit crimes of opportunity. What we don't know is, where are these folks from? Are they locals from the suburbs? Are they folks who, is this one set group of people that's moving around, or are these all just opportunists who say, hey, looks like law enforcement is very distracted right now, let's go take advantage of it. But you saw the end result here at the North Riverside Shopping Center, where this Best Buy has been busted in, and there is merchandise here scattered in various stages of disrepair across the parking lot. So that's the latest for you from North Riverside. Ben Bradley, WGN News. Jackie and Taman will send it back to you.
And Ben, you mentioned that police are trying to stop people from getting access to the malls. Any word about curfew in those suburbs?
You know, if they did try to institute a curfew, it would be so patchwork because it would be suburb by suburb by suburb, unless, of course, counties went ahead and instituted curfews. But as with COVID-19, we saw just how difficult it can be to get folks all on the same page with restricting people's movements. What seems to be happening out here in the suburbs is that local business owners, local police departments are trying to very quickly understand what's going on and take their own action. And by that, saying, hey, you know what? These shopping centers are closed. We're not letting vehicles onto the premises. We're not going to give people an opportunity to loot or vandalize property.
All right, Ben Bradley, thank you so much.